This video covers the operation of the control panel found on some Oasis I-Series heat pumps. In this video, we'll walk you through how to operate the controller, adjust the settings and optimize performance. Waking the touchpad. To wake the touchpad, simply tap the power key at the bottom of the screen. The display will now illuminate. If no keys are pressed after a period of 60 seconds, the display will enter screensaver mode. The keypad buttons will only respond when the screen is illuminated. Turning the heat pump on and off. To turn the heat pump on or off, press the power key for 1 second and then release. In some installations, the heat pump will automatically switch on and off in accordance with your pool filtration system timers. In this particular configuration, the heat pump will display an E03 message whenever the filter pump is off, which simply indicates that there is currently no water flowing through the heat pump. When the filter pump switches back on, the E03 message will disappear and the heater will resume its normal operation. Setting the desired temperature. To adjust the desired pool temperature, press the up arrow to increase, or press the down arrow to decrease the set point. The displayed value will flash and the setting will be saved. Understanding the home screen. The large number in the center of the display here is your inlet water temperature. This is the temperature of the water that is coming from your pool. Beneath this is the outlet temperature, which is the temperature of the water returning back to the pool. When operating efficiently in heating mode, the outlet temperature should be sitting approximately 1 to 2 degrees higher than the inlet temperature. This can be checked after at least 30 minutes of continued heating operation, which allows time for the compressor to ramp up and the operating parameters to stabilise. If after 30 minutes of operation you are seeing these values with a difference of 3 degrees or more, some efficiency is being lost, and you can check your system by cleaning your filter, adjusting the bypass valve to increase more water flow through the heater, or increasing the speed of your pool filter pump where applicable. Using the touchpad buttons. At the bottom of the screen, we have the silent or mute key, which reduces performance for quieter operation. You can activate mute mode by pressing this key. You will see, when active, that there is now a flashing mute symbol on the display. Alternatively, you can set a timer to automatically activate mute mode for a certain time period every day, and we'll cover that later in this video. To deactivate mute mode, simply press the mute key again and this symbol will disappear. The mode key allows you to cycle between heating, automatic and cooling modes. The current selected operating mode will be displayed along the top of the screen. Heating mode is used in most pool applications. Automatic mode will automatically switch between heating and cooling, ideal for sensitive applications like aquaculture or hydrotherapy. Cooling mode is used when water needs to be cooled, for example in warmer regions or for specific industrial uses. Setting the clock. Note that the controller uses 24-hour time. To set the clock, press and hold the clock key for 2 seconds. The current time will appear at the bottom left corner of the display. Press the clock key and the hour digits will now flash. Use the arrows to adjust the hour. Press the clock key again to adjust the minutes. Press the clock key once again to save the time. Setting run timers. You can set up to 2 run timers per day. When timers are set, the heat pump will automatically switch on and off at the designated times. To set and adjust run timers, briefly press the clock key, which will take you to the timer menu. You'll see here we currently have timer 1 flashing. We can now use the arrows to cycle through 4 separate timer settings. Timer on 1, off 1, on 2, and off 2. So we'll come back to timer on 1. When the desired timer is flashing, press the clock key to adjust the time. The hours will now be flashing. Adjust the on hour by using the arrow keys. Press the clock key to move to the minutes. You can adjust the minutes if desired and then press the clock key to save the setting. We'll now select our off timer using the arrows. Press the clock key to adjust the time. The hours will now be flashing. Adjust the hour using the arrow keys. Press the clock key to move to the minutes. You can adjust the minutes if desired, and then press the clock key to save. So you'll see here, if we scroll through, we now have timer 1 on at 8 AM and timer 1 off at 8 PM or 2000 hours. This gives us a 12-hour running period, which is typically used for a swimming pool in the southeastern states. If we continue scrolling, we have timer 2 settings both disabled, but these could be set to provide a second running period if desired. To exit out of our timer menu, press the power key, which will return you to the home screen. When timers have been set, a clock symbol will be permanently displayed on the screen, along with the words on and off next to the current time. If you only have on or off and not both, only one of those timers has been set. The number 1 here indicates that timer 1 has been set. If you have a second set of timers activated, you'll also see a number 2 appearing here. Removing the run timers. To clear and remove run timers, press the clock key to enter the timer menu. Use the arrows to select the timer you wish to remove. Press the clock key. When the hours begins to flash, press the power key once. 4 dashes will now appear, indicating that this timer has been cleared. Repeat the same steps to remove any other timers as desired. So we select the timer with the arrows, press the clock key to enter that time, and then press the power key to clear. Here, you will now see if we scroll through our timer menu, each of the timers has dashes indicating that they have all been cleared. To exit the timer menu, press the power key, which will return you to the home screen. You will now see that our clock and on-off icons have disappeared, confirming that there are no timers set. Setting the mute timer. You can set a mute timer to automatically activate mute mode during a certain time period. This feature would typically be used in applications where the heat pump is running 24 hours per day with a requirement to reduce operational noise during the night time. Keep in mind that mute mode will force the unit to operate at reduced performance for quieter operation, which will also reduce its heating ability during these times. To set the mute timer, press and hold the mute key for 2 seconds. Press the mute key to set the on time. The hours will begin to flash. Adjust the hour using the arrow keys. Press the mute key to save the on time. The off time will now be displayed. Press the mute key to set the off time. The hours will now be flashing. Adjust the hour using the arrow keys. Press the mute key to save, which will return you to the home screen. If a mute timer has been set, you will now see the mute icon displayed permanently on the screen. Further to this, the icon will flash when mute mode is currently active during that programmed time period. Removing the mute timer. To remove the mute timer, press and hold the mute key for 2 seconds. Press the mute key to select the on time. The hours will now be flashing. Press the power key and the timer will be removed. Use the arrows to check that both times are now cleared. To exit the mute timer menu, press the power key, which will return you to the home screen. The mute icon will disappear from the home screen, indicating that the timer has been successfully removed. Touchpad Lock. The touchpad can be locked to prevent unwanted or accidental usage. To lock the touchpad, press and hold the power key for 5 seconds. A long beep will be heard, and a padlock icon will now appear on the home screen. To unlock the touchpad, follow the same process by pressing and holding the power key again for 5 seconds. The same beep will be heard, and the padlock icon will now disappear. Screensaver. Just a reminder that after 60 seconds of no activity, the screen will switch off and enter screensaver mode. To wake the touchpad again, simply tap the power key at the bottom of the screen.